Hey, good morning, car guys and car gals. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Frelin Arts, the subprime hero.
And we are so excited for you to be brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. This is a very, very special brew because it's the only brew that we're going to have today live with you. And we are excited about it. We are so pumped up that we have the guest that we have in here. And we had the chance to meet her at the NIADA convention, friends and just introducing friends, doing what it is that we do. But you know what we need to do? Get a few more friends up in here. So
yeah, we need you to tag, share,
tag a car guy.
Do all those things. Make sure that
Tag a
people
car
know
guy.
that we have somebody that's going to be sharing some light, been in this business for over a decade, has been helping you dealers get the vehicles to your stores and also to your clients. So let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing party started. We're going to show a few more videos of our sponsors. Check them out. We got a few new ones.
See this
If
one?
you'll see that one right there.
See that right
That's
there?
3, 2, 1.
Ignition. Get some. If you want to put some serious horsepower behind your website, you need to connect to our friends at 3, 2, 1 Ignition. They are the #1 inside of mobile first websites for dealerships, and you need to give them a call. Give us a shout. We'll get you connected, get you guys lined up. So excited for the results that they're bringing and the excitement.
From what I understand, that there's clients that have switched to them and immediately their leads increased. Like they started getting more leads, more traffic to their website, more usability on their website, more clicks on their website, which is huge. Because let me tell you something, the best showroom that you have, the showroom that gets the most traffic is literally your digital showroom.
Come on.
That's your webpage. So make sure you guys have your webpage mobile based, because if it's not ready for mobile capability, which is 80% of buyers these days, they're going to go to a different page. So be ready for that. Be ready to grow, because it's as simple as 3, 2, 1
ignition. That's right. And so plugged in to the entire system of the auto industry is our other incredible partners and friends that have the little gear that you need inside of the automotive industry. It's cars, right? Automobiles. They have a way to get that plug back into your entire business, and you want to reach out to them. What's going on, Chad? Good morning to you as well, friend. But we are excited to have this new partnership, and sponsoring the show now is our friends over at VinQ. Boom. Excited to be connected to them and the other friends that we have over at M1 Data and Analytics. So excited to be teamed up with some of the best people that have some of the best tools inside of the industry. And we want to encourage all of you that are out there, seek out those that can complement the incredible people that you have already inside of your store. If you give those people that you have vetted, you have toiled with, you have grown up, you have shown, you have learned with, if you give them the very, very, very best tools that there are inside of the market, you'll watch your business explode, and you'll watch the quality of life that's inside of your stores actually go kaboom. Because again, if you have the best equipment and the best people, well, then you can accomplish some of the best results that you go seeking for. So team up with some of the best. And if you want to get connected to them, by all means, reach out to us and let us know what it is that you're needing inside of your store. We are the certified Solutionaries, and we are excited to be brewing solutions for dealers everywhere. But we have a very, very special guest that's inside of the cafe today, and we cannot wait to talk about her.
You know, it's time to get moving.
Jiggy with it.
And what they do is they move vehicles. They move people. They move this business. They help connect. I see you're down there dancing in the back screen. They help connect us between what we need, like our vehicles, our inventory, which is like a big deal right now, right? I think we all understand that inventory is an issue across the nation. The used car and new car does not matter. There is a weird thing going on, and it's something that I think that most of us, I'm doing this for almost 2 decades. Lou's been doing this for almost 2 decades. I know people who've been doing it for 4 decades. And this is unique. All these things are unique, but they have solutions for that. They have ways to get your vehicle moved as fast as possible, help you get vehicles to clients across the country. They add a little button to your web. There's so many amazing things they can do. And this person that we got the chance to meet a couple times now, we met her at Digital Dealer. We met her again. We got to see her at the NIADA, and she was amazing. She was just a ball of joy. She would come by the booth, and I just was like, we want you on the show. You definitely bring value to this business, but you bring value to people. It's just something about her energy. So we're excited to have her on the show. Man, I think it's time to do it. Let's make it happen. I saw Lou over there messing with the.
So we need to get this.
I keep talking about our little sound booth thingy, our little whatever you call this thing, right? Our mixer. That's the word I was looking for. Our mixer. We could put a little SD card with our music on it, but both of us have not done it yet. We've had this thing for months.
What's the biggest room in the world, folks?
The room for improvement.
The room for improvement.
We got what the problem is we haven't wrote it down yet. I write stuff down so religiously. That's something I haven't wrote down. So we're gonna make it happen. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna introduce our friend Michelle.
Car guys.
Here we go.
We have the one,
the only Michelle Hutchinson. Hello. What's going on? Good morning.
Good morning.
We are so excited that you're in here. You are a ball of energy. And man, that's exactly what all the car guys and car gals need inside of their cup today is a big sip up of energy. Cheers to you, sister. Hello. Holding that coffee.
There it is.
Cheers.
Good morning.
All right. So we're excited. We have an amazing guest here. Michelle, thank you for joining us, folks. Get ready to get to learn a little bit about this lady here. She has a story to tell us, and I'm excited to hear it. We are pumped up. Today is a special day. Today's the 14th of October. No, it's September.
We are in the future.
It's a special day, though, because today is the only day that it's ever, just like Glenn Lundy says, it's the only day that it's going to be the 14th of September. 2021 ever. It's the only time it's ever going to be that. So we need to take advantage of every one of these moments. And this moment I have with you, I want to take advantage of. So I'm so excited that you're here. We have this opportunity to ask you a few questions. Thank you. She represents Ship Your Car Now, folks. Great company, growing really big. They have a great product and they really care about their people and their clients and the vehicles that they transport. Michelle, thank you for joining us. First question for you. Very easy question. What
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing.
That's the first question for you is the 3 Fs.
Do you know what the 3 Fs are?
I forgot about that. I got all into the questions. So we're going to hit you with the forgive, focus, fly first. Then I'll hit you with the first question.
You got to give you the
answer. Have you ever done forgive, focus, fly? So we're gonna do this. So that's 3 Fs. This is like, to us, it's the only way you can keep growing, right? And in order to be able to live in life, you have to forgive all the weight of unforgiveness. Let it go. Because when you have all this weight of people who've given you problems that you've done, things that you've made mistakes on, sins that you've made, whatever it is, you let that stay on your shoulders, you're never going to go anywhere. You're always going to use that as an excuse. You're always going to use that as a reason why you can't go out or whatever it is. Let that go. Because to grow, you have to let it go so you can focus on what you want. It's hard to focus on things when you're still thinking about past. Focus on the future, focus on your goals, focus on what you truly want so you can fly to where you want to go. So these are 3 movements. This is our secret handshake. All right. So Michelle, the way it works is you're going to wipe your shoulder off. You're going to go forgive, just like that. And then it's going to be focus. And then it's fly. And then that's all you're going to do. We're going to do that here in 2 seconds, and we'll get you going. We're going to initiate you into the Certified Solutionary Gang. We are a big gang growing across the nation right now. I think the FBI and CIA, they're all like paying attention to us. They're like, hold on, we may have to figure out what they're doing. But hey, we're excited to have you join. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's do this. Forgive,
so go ahead
focus, and
cross those hands on the shoulders real quick. And on 3, Michelle, fly with us. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing.
Keep growing.
She's on it.
There you go. She's flown away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
See what I mean? This is the energy I'm talking about. We're excited to have you here. It's all about keep growing, and it's all about the 5-liner. Now, this 5-liner is 5 questions designed to just find out more about you, your story, how you came and became who you are, right?
Yep.
First one is an important question. It's the most important question. It's your why. What drives you every single day, Michelle, to be the best version of you? Drives you to get up every day and say, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to grind it out and I'm going to help as many people as I can.
I'm thinking, but I'm ready to answer that.
It's okay.
So, it's 8:30 6:30 in the morning, y'all throwing some really heavy questions at me, but I'm ready. Okay. What gets me motivated and up in the morning is a couple of things. One is my family.
Amen.
Come on.
My family is the most important thing to me. And if this wasn't bringing me joy, and my family was suffering, then this would be the first to go.
Right. No doubt.
So my family gets me up and they motivate me, my children. The second thing I would say is that it's the joy of what I do. And I really love what I do. I have found a niche and I have found this industry. And it, as I said in my bio, it brings me joy. As much stress and headache, and sometimes I want to just get up and walk out for the day, I always come back because I really enjoy what I do. There's just something about this industry that I really love. So
Absolutely. And there's something about you that this industry loves.
That's right.
I'm just saying, you're awesome. And you're right. Having family, having a reason why you get up. It's not about work. Work isn't why we get up every day. Work is just something that provides for us, but we can find love inside that work. We can find passion inside that work, but it has to be a reason why you want to find that passion. It starts with family. I agree with that 100%. I think family is a very common word, a common phrase between people that are growing, because especially when you have one that you really love, it's just something about that. There's something about having that, hey, why am I doing this today? I know why. And it's because I have a family that I want to provide for, a family that I want to show good, like I want to be a good leader to. I want to show them that, hey, with hard work, you can really achieve and get the things you always wanted. You can meet people, you can do all these things. It's important to do that. And you do that extremely well. And that's exactly why you're a solutionary,
That's right.
And we're excited to have you here. I'm excited that you're talking about those types of things, folks. When it comes to family, how important is family to you? All right. So I'm not saying that you have to make everything towards family, but it has to be for family, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're at work and you're trying to do things that sometimes make you uncomfortable, which in most cases, if you're growing, you're going to be uncomfortable. You have to sit there and think, why am I doing this? This is bullcrap. No, it's not. I'm doing this because I have a family that looks at me and wants to see what it takes to become successful. I have a son or a daughter that's like, man, they want to give up on things, but I don't want them to give up on things, because when they do, I know what it really does. It causes them to be somebody who doesn't believe in themselves, be somebody who doesn't believe in doing great things.
And I also want to add in there, when it comes to family, is one of the things that is, again, we are ever evolving no matter what it is in life. And for me, the past year and getting, having the ability to work with Ship Your Car Now has brought people like you into my life. And I have met so many amazing people, like Lyman from 321 is like your sponsor, and many others, that I'm so excited. Like I get up also because I love my clients. We've worked together for over a decade, some of them, and they've truly become family and friends. So I really enjoy coming into work every day because of people like you and because of people I work with every day. It has become a family.
Truly has. And family from across the country in all different aspects of this business. Like you just named names. So like Lou and I, for example, we don't do anything like what you do. You talked about Lyman. She's a completely different animal too, right? Compared to in what she does for a living. And but we all have one common goal. It's to make this business better, to unite with people and have a network of amazing solutionaries that are doing amazing things, so that the future of this business is still here. This way it doesn't disappear and turn into computers' hands, right? Into Carvana's hands. We won't, don't get me wrong. In your business, you could actually do well for Carvana if they'd hire you guys. but that's a service, and it's an important service. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from. I totally agree with that. There's something beautiful about people that you meet in this business. And as you start to really grow and blossom and allow yourself to let people like that in and influence you a little bit, you tend to have better results in your own life. You find ways to do things differently, even though it's the same thing. You're like, hey, we're going to get the same result, but you do it differently. That's pretty neat. I'm going to implement that into my life. That is the point of having a network.
Yeah, and I think too, when you align yourself with the right people, and over the years, I have actually fired clients of mine because they don't, they don't just align with where my business ideology is or my moral ideology. And so it's okay. You know, we don't always, there's so many people out there in not just my industry and our industry, but in a lot of industries that just are out there for the hunt. I'm more in there for the relationship. And if it's not working, just like with any relationship, there's a time when you have to step back and you have to step away, and it's okay. And I've actually been able to tell people, like, look, we just aren't a good fit, and I'm okay with it. You probably should go find another person that fits you a little better. And it's actually relieved stress off of my plate because, you know, I'm not going to be somebody's punching bag, and I'm not going to work with somebody who doesn't value what I bring to the table, but they might value what somebody else does. So, and that's okay. You can't have it all. And if you want, you know, for those that think that they can have it all, the whole big pot, it's going to cause you a lot of stress and anxiety. And it's just, you know, when you can build those relationships with people that when you value each other, it's sustainability. And that's really what I've found over the years, is to be able to sustain business through partnerships.
Absolutely
Yes.
love
Keeping
that.
close together the people that you do value is one of the greatest rewards that most people in the end of time, in the end of their time, find themselves taking the most appreciation towards, leaning towards the most. I know
Yeah.
inside of a family, everybody has their role. Everybody has what it is that they do. The word says that the foot cannot say to the hand that I don't need you. And
Yeah.
as sitting inside of a garden, Jesus prayed and said, thank you for the ones that I have, that I kept them. I've kept them close to me, right? Even the ones that betrayed him, right?
Yes.
Still said, thank you that I get to keep them. We value relationship over revenue, people over
No.
processes, and the thing that becomes the most reward in the end is that you have them. But what I would notice is that if you go chasing the big pot, you're just going to keep chasing it, right? The rainbow seems to not end anywhere. But if you actually hold on to those that are inside of the boat, you'll notice that the fish start just coming in themselves, right? Your nets
Absolutely.
start
Yes.
breaking when you start joining your boats together, right? And that's a good problem to have. If your net's breaking because you got that many fish, things are going in the right direction, right? And
Yeah.
it's so important that we do value the ones that are pulling up the nets with us. It is so
Yeah.
important that we do that. And we each have our part. You know what I mean? You doing what it is that you do inside of the industry, though, the salesperson sitting there at their desk dealing with that customer, not understanding all of the logistics that go into getting done what you get done, they may not know how to value you all the way. But at the same time, there is still an appreciation that you have for that salesperson making that transaction happen, right? Making sure that
Correct.
that wheel keeps spinning. And that's something that we do honor tremendously. But let me ask you this,
Yeah.
sister, what brought you to the automotive industry?
Well, I come from a very diverse background. I've always been in sales, real estate for 5 or 6 years. I was a meeting planner for Daimler Chrysler back in the day. But I was approached by, you guys might know this guy, maybe not, John Robertson, over at Ship Your Car Now. We worked together. We've known each other for over 20 some years. And we worked together at a little company called Edcor. It was a data processing, data housing company. And when he was gone and I left and we both kind of did our own thing, he called me one day and said, hey, I'm working for this little company called United Road. Ever heard of them? I said, no, I have no idea who they are. And he said, well, they are looking to start their a broker division, a logistics division of their company. They're very immersed in OEM, and they would like to start this new company where they're seeing value and profitability, and that is the used market, right?
Right.
So used market auctions, things like that. So I said, I don't know anything about moving cars, John. And he said, no, but you have drive, you have determination, you have the want to learn, and you're really good at sales. And of course, we go through life when we're younger thinking, am I good? Am I not good? Well, when someone sees value in you, you just kind of run with it. So John and I connected. We worked at United Road together, built this great call center together. And that's where I learned about transportation and logistics and soaked it all in and just really identified with it. And my first clients were more in that event industry, whether it's auto shows or photo shoots or production and things like that. So it really kind of took me back full circle to my event planning days. And from there, I just kind of sprouted out. And, there came a point though at United Road that I got burnt out, and I thought, I can't do this anymore. It's really stressful. It's just a lot. So I took a hiatus for about a year, and then was approached by another person I'd worked with to help them start their company in auto logistics. And I thought, you know what? I really miss this business. I miss my clients. I miss everything about it. So I jumped back in with both feet, and that's it. I haven't left since. And I'm just, really excited. The thing about Strip Your Car Now that really drew me to them again was John called me and said, we've got this amazing piece of technology I want you to listen to. And it really was the way of the future as I see it in our industry. And so therefore here I am. So I'm just, I say in our business, and I know you guys will relate to this, you got to have a little bit of crazy going on to really enjoy what we do, because there are days when you just look at yourself and go, why do I subject myself to this? Because you're right. There's people that don't understand everything we do. He's laughing. I know. So, behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Between all the carriers, the drivers, the crazy, the stories, the pressure, the this, the that. But at the end of the day, I close my computer down at the end of the night, walk away, hit the reset button, come back, and know that I love this industry. So that's how I got started in it. It was kind of a, hey, jump on board, baptism by fire, and I'm not looking back. So I have found my niche, and I love it.
Heck yeah.
That's so awesome.
That's a story.
That's an amazing story, and it's
I
true
talk a
though.
lot, so I'm sorry.
No,
it's
you
okay.
don't at
You're
all.
a car gal.
We need you
all
to
talk.
fill the show up with your voice, and we love that. It's something fun about when we have an interview and people actually express themselves even more and actually get deeper into the story than we ask, because sometimes we just get right on the surface. I love when we get deep into it, like we get into the meat of the whole story. And you brought us some meat there, and I appreciate that. There's something great about hearing those types of stories, because it's so true. It will inspire somebody to hear that. You don't have to be a car guy, car gal to get in this business. This business isn't about being the stereotypical car guy, car gal. This business is about being a human being that actually cares about what they do. Somebody who loves sales, somebody who loves other people, somebody who has the gift of gab. And you have that, and that's a beautiful thing to have. Trust me. We all have that. And that's why we are successful at what we do, why we love what we do. If we didn't have the gift of gab, or we didn't like talking, we wouldn't be in this business. It's not, that would be a waste of time. I'd get into computer stuff. Right. But
right.
But but that's what we have, and that's why we have a talent, and that's why you got in this business, and that's why the business is lucky to have you. So I'm so glad that you found your way. I'm so glad you had the friends and mentors like that around you to be able to point out things like that and say, hey, let's go for it. I know we lost connection with her, but we'll get her back on here in a second. I think it's just a video thing, right? There she is. So when, that's a beautiful thing. And there's a lot of things that we could talk about. We could dig deep into that. This next question kind of does that a little bit. This next question is about the mentors. You've already mentioned a few people already, but if you were to say you don't even have to say car business, but let's just say that in general, in your career, who, I guess it could be more than one person, doesn't matter, who or whom have helped you become who you are today, or helped you make that right path towards that where you want to go?
I would say it started when I was really young, with my dad. My dad
so awesome.
Owned several of his own businesses. He was a hard worker. I get it from him. He was an amazing sales guy, and his clients loved him. So, I mean, it started that young when I would work at his company, and I would see what he did, right, firsthand, and the way that he would just be able to interact with people so easily. And I realized, and actually I think it goes a little deeper than that. I mean, I remember, and I can recall a story my mom told me when I was 5 years old. When we were young, we would go to Florida a lot because my grandparents lived there. And she said, you were that kid that would walk up to other kids on the beach and just start playing with them, just start interacting with them, just not even afraid to like put yourself out there. And it's kind of like I've always said, I think you're born with the ability to sell and talk, like you said, the gift of gab, and really connect with people. I think I think over the years that I've come to the realization of myself is, I think that's my gift, you know, to be able to connect with people. Other mentors along the way would be people I've worked with at different companies, whether it was when I got into real estate, I worked with a gentleman there who had told me, "You're not going to make it in this business." And he ended up being a great mentor, and I excelled, and he taught me a lot. You know, I think it's, you know, John, again, I bring up John because I've known him for so long, but there's even friends in my life that have brought value and taught me things. And I can't really pinpoint one mentor that has guided me along the way, because even with my clients that I have, I take advice from them, or I seek guidance from them when it comes to their experience in life, their life path that has value and can bring value to me. So I'm always grasping. I mean, I would look at you two and say that, you know, I foresee you guys bringing a mentorship to me in the sense where you're gonna teach me things that I don't know about. And I think that's important, because you can't think that you know everything in life. And if you can meet people, and again, I'll refer back to Lyman, it's just because I just met her and I think she's amazing. Her energy, her knowledge, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing her again at Digital Dealer in Las Vegas, as well as you guys, because I can't wait to pick your brains and learn more. You know, what can I do better? Be a mentor to me. And I think I want to be a mentor to somebody as well. And I hope that I am, in the sense where I can teach them something, and I can lift them up and help them succeed. So yeah,
you're doing that. You're doing that. You don't even realize it. Probably there's somebody that's probably going to tell you, "Oh yeah, Michelle, she," you know, if we ask that same question to somebody, they'll say, "Oh, Michelle, she did this or that," right? It's just that's the thing. Like, we don't realize who we're mentoring sometimes, and that's what's the beauty. That's why we always need to stay on our game. That's why we always need to be ready and stay positive and be looking to be the best version of ourselves, because you never know who's watching. You never know who's going to be inspired by what you're saying. This show right now, this is going to be forever on the social media, right? This is one of those things. It's out there. It's live right now. It's live, but it's on the replay. It's on the replay forever and ever to the end of time. And it's always going to be something that a young man might watch and be inspired. Somebody who's from a similar background, another female, maybe, you know, it doesn't matter, male, female, people get inspired by people. I know I get inspired by all walks of life. I get inspired by animals sometimes, by how animals act in nature. You know, it just all comes down to what you're really looking for and what you need to get inspired by. Right. And you're very inspirational. I don't know. I was trying to mix both those words together, but it's you know, you're very all those. And, you know, we really love that you're here, and we really love your story, and we love where you're coming from. And I love that you throw love to people who brought you up. You know, it's hard to pinpoint to one person. I get it. That's why I said, hey, to who or whom, because it could be a multitude of people. I get that. Yeah. I know if you ask me, I have one person in the car business that I could say who started it, and he's still part of my life, Matt Damos, but there's been so many influences, to include guys like Lou Ramirez, you know, the Mike Youngs out there, the Tony Melito. You know, Tony Melito's been a huge influence on me. He's the owner of the store I'm at now, and absolutely love the guy, honor the guy. He's really done wonders for me. You know, it's like people like that. Paul Damos is. I could keep going and going and going and going with these names. Even salespeople that have been in my life, and people who don't even sell cars, or just be bystanders. You know, it all comes down. Gary V's, Shay Rowbottom. I love them all. They're all people that have truly influenced me so much. Glenn Lundy, big shout out to Glenn Lundy, right? And I absolutely love all these people that I can just say, hey, they've been mentors, whether they're direct mentors or from afar. You know, it doesn't matter. They influence me. I watch them. Yeah. You know, when I feel them when they have bad days. I feel them when they have good days. But I appreciate them. They gave me courage to be the subprime hero. And, you know, it's so nice to be able to have those people in your life. And I'm glad that you found those people, and you are those people. And I'm glad that you brought our... Thank you for saying those nice words about us too. Yes. And I'm sure whatever you want, and you know this, Michelle, you can call me anytime and I will give you advice. I will just be or I will just listen. You know, I know that something that's great about like a good conversationalist is sometimes you don't even convert. You just listen. And that's a good conversationalist. Just listen to people. Yeah. Some people just want to be heard sometimes. Sometimes they want advice, but sometimes they just need to let it off their chest. And then at the end of it, they go, they already know the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, you work it out yourself, right? You just
Yeah,
talk
it
and
always
work
works
it
out.
out
You just sit
yourself.
there, you're just like,
Yeah,
And sometimes
you
just
got
being
this.
here is the best thing they need, right? They don't
Yeah,
need any advice. They don't want none of that. They just want somebody to hear them. And you do a great job with that. And I'm so glad that you're here this morning and we're talking about that kind of stuff. And that you brought up your mentors and stuff. It's a beautiful thing. And I think that's
yeah,
great, and that'll lead perfectly into like like when we go through things in life, when we go through this business, we go through ups and we go through downs. And I think the next question that Lou's going to hit you with is a great example of what those things can do. And I have a feeling you're going to have a great answer for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass it over to Lou.
Absolutely know you're going to have a great answer to it, but I want to plug into the answer that you've already given and dig a little deeper. Let's pull a little bit more out of this brew with you to be able to highlight this core value of a solutionary, and that's honor. And you've been able to honor those that looked you right in the face and said, I do not believe in you. And you didn't allow that to convert into dishonor back to them. Right? You still showed them honor. You still showed grace. And then eventually end up running together, end up believing in each other, right? End up seeing your career go to new levels because you opened up a door that could have only been opened up by way of honor. And Bill Johnson describes honor as being able to love somebody without getting tripped up by who it is that they are not, right? Or who they are without getting tripped up by who it is that they're not. We get so caught up in focusing on what it is that we don't have, we can't do, people have, people can't do,
yeah,
people have done or have not done for us, that we forget to focus on what is incredible about them.
Amen.
What is it that we can actually pull out of them that can benefit us? I may not like everything that everybody says, right? I'm sure if I spend enough time with Glenn or any of these other incredible mentors, including Matt Damos, right? Absolutely love him, right? But there's parts of him that don't necessarily jive with me. Same with Glenn, same with Fred, right? But I choose to love them. I choose to honor them regardless of what it is that we don't have in common. And that's when you really are putting a relationship over that revenue, right? Everything's good when it's all good. But when it gets a little harder or something challenges that relationship and you choose honor, you open up doors for you that no force other than love and honor can open up. And so when doing that, you do start to take a long ride up a very steep hill in life to get to the hill that you're going towards. And you start to take on different hits on the chin, different slugs in the gut, right? And you start to have different challenges that come up. What to you, Miss Michelle, has been the biggest challenge or the hardest lesson that you've had to learn inside of your career up to this point? That you still found a way to honor through.
It's not just one. I think
right.
Learning how to be humble, learning how to show grace in the face of adversity. I think one of the biggest challenges for me was when I left a previous broker and moved to a company called Freight Tech, which I still do some work with. I left an individual who was very upset and went after me in a lawsuit. And it was a very challenging time because I really started to doubt myself. Like when you're being attacked, it's difficult. And I think what I learned out of that whole experience, though, I mean, believe me, I had days when I was running in the other room and screaming and just, I do that still to this day, but I learned that no matter how much negativity or evil is coming at you, if you stay true to who you are and you stand firm in the belief that you've done the right thing, that you'll get through it. And I got through it and came out the other side even stronger Believing more in myself, knowing more about myself. I think that was really a hard lesson for me, costly lesson for me. But I looked at it and said, instead of me being angry and hateful towards the person or the company, it was more of a, what did I take away from it? What did I learn from it? How can I grow from it? And that was really dark and tough time. It was right about kind of wrapping up right about the time COVID hit, and then we went into COVID. But I think some of the other challenging things that we face every day on a daily basis is just all the shenanigans or the challenges in this business. And, I thank God that I have an amazing assistant. I'm going to do a shout out to Alexander Andrews, her Thomason is her married name now. I'm so grateful. She has been
Shout
a
out.
godsend for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I try and surround myself with people that bring that stuff and can hold me in a space where maybe I need to be held versus always holding others. But I'm sure you guys can relate. We are challenged every day in this business, and it's like you said, through honor and grace and being humble and just being able to walk away and go in the bathroom and scream a little bit and then come back to reality and let that negative energy go.
Yep.
It really kind of keeps you grounded. So, yeah. I hope that was an answer that you were looking for.
No, that was a great answer.
That was
absolutely love
beautiful answer, actually. And you made some really good points there. I love that.
Yes, you definitely are highlighting the real, right? Sometimes we get ourselves inside of a spot where we almost want to stay so positive that we're oblivious to the snakes that are coming around us, right?
Yes.
That we don't notice that the storm's coming in. You better go prepare for that, right? Hailstorm's coming. Put your car inside of the garage or something, right? Whatever it is that it takes for you to make that adjustment in order to prepare and weather that storm so that you can be inside of a posture where you are sleeping in the storm. You are relaxing and you are still at rest. But it's okay to have that moment where you let the anger out, right? The Bible says, and it's okay to have anger, but sin not.
Yeah.
That's the difference here, right? It just like the opportunity to truly love is when the opportunity comes where that person could be unlovable. When you take that moment for yourself to express that anger, let people know, you know what, this sucks. I don't like this right now, right? It's okay to have that moment of this sucks and then really start to gaze your focus on where to go, because you can get so caught up on yourself. You can say, it's me, I did this, or I'm reaping this because of stupid things that I've done, right? And eventually that weight on the shoulders is stuck on you, right? You're holding it. You're making a conscious effort to hold that on your shoulders. But then when you do wipe it off and you do forgive it, you have that freedom to then focus on the strengths that you have, right? So many times, and this is what annoys me about people that you see greatness in, is that they keep getting caught up by the thing that's not them, without taking the focus on who it is that they actually are, the great things about them. If I get myself caught up about not being able to dunk, well, then I'm going to be so stuck inside
He's
of
going
life,
to hate
right?
his life
I'm going
because
to
it's
hate my
never
whole
happening.
life, right?
Yeah, there's no chance.
Right? That's not what I'm designed to do,
little
right?
bow-legged Puerto Rican, or excuse me, Cuban.
He used to be Puerto Rican.
Excuse me, bow-legged Cuban that can't, no way. He could jump like 3 inches off the ground. But
I can get up more.
But just being on the serious though, he's so right on the money though.
Yeah, he really is. And I think another thing that people get caught up in is the jealousy and the envy. And I think if you get caught up in that, it's just going to be your own demise. When I was at United Road, I actually was the operations manager for a while. And I trained multiple people that have since spread off and done their own businesses, created their own brokers or logistics businesses. And I found that instead of those people, a lot of times what they'll be competitive and they'll try and tear you down. And instead of tearing each other down, I don't understand why we don't just support one another. There's enough business out there for everybody.
100%.
And there's actually someone on your screen that was at United Road with me, but when it was flipping through, and you know, I look back on those days, and I'm so happy that I was able to, you know, give them something, and now they're out spreading their wings. And I think that if we could just really appreciate one another more, instead of trying to be competitive. You know, I walked in to ship your car now, and you know, I've been doing this, like I said, for over a decade, like you guys said, but I met a guy that hasn't even been doing it that long and is slaying it at this business. And I'm sure you know who that is, Mr. Don Brady.
Oh,
Shout out.
yeah.
Don Brady.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, his energy, his outlook, you know, I look at we look at each other, and it's really funny because he'll be like, I need to learn from you. And I'm like, I need to learn from you. And instead of tearing each other down, there he is right there. You know, why don't we work together and build each other up and help us all to be better humans and better in this business?
Right. And that's why Don Brady is successful. And the reason why he is successful is because he doesn't think of it as competition. He likes to be really good at what he does, though. Don't get me wrong. Tom, I keep calling him Tom. Tom Brady is the same. It's same effect.
He's the GOAT, baby.
You know, he's the GOAT, just like Don Brady is, right? And I know Don Brady came in to ship your car now, and he came in and he became a stud really quick overnight. And it's because of the work ethic he had. But you got to think, this guy was a general manager of a dealership. This guy understands. He was in the military. He's been through so much. He's a family man. He has all this about him. Not to mention, he has a smile that goes for days. When that guy smiles, it's like huge, right? And I absolutely love him. He's got personality. He's not scared. When he went on me and him, it's what's so cool is we just talked the other day on the phone, and we're just talking about our journey in social media. We both started around the same time at the beginning of 2020. Both him and I both on. So I've never been on social media. I've never done any of that. We both started at the same time. And just to watch his journey, I've watched him grow. He's watched me grow. So it's fun. We're like kids who started kindergarten together. Now we're in high school, and it's cool to see each other become those people. And it's still just the beginning of the journey. We're in high school. We got to still finish high school, and then we're going to go off and live in this real world. And Don Brady does it really well. Now, he loves you too, and he knows how great you are. And he's right. And it doesn't feel like that sometimes, but he does learn from you, and you're learning from him. You guys, we all can learn from each other. And that's the best thing to do. There's people out there, great people out there like Don Brady and all these. We had Jackie Grillo come on here, which, Jackie, if you're watching still, I want to do a follow-up with you. Let's get this thing scheduled for October. All right. I'm going to send you some dates, Jackie. We're going to get you on the show. Jackie's amazing. I love Jackie. She's a great leader. She's a great person, and she's just a great human being. I love her. Anyway, amazing. But there's so many of them out there like this. There's so many people that we can all lean on and learn from. I'm learning from you right now. I'm learning so much. You know, you say you're learning we learn from you. We are getting educated, hearing your story. I am the luckiest man in the world. I have interviewed, I don't even know how many people now, probably like 100 people now, right? I've interviewed, like, let's say 100 people. And I'm the luckiest man because I get to ask these 5 questions to every one of them. And I get to learn so much about how people tick. Like, what's their why? What's their purpose? What drives them? What's been some of the greatest lessons and you know, mistakes that they've made? What's been all these things? Who's been their greatest mentors? I'm learning a lot. And I have grown a whole lot just from these interviews because, like we talk about in conversations, it's a two-way street. I listen a lot. I write down a lot of notes. I have notes full of people's thoughts, their whys, their drives. I'm probably going to write a book. I mean, I am going to write a book, and it's going to be about my guests and about what makes people successful, what makes people drive, right? I have that because I have a ton of information, a ton of research that I've done over the last 2 years. And that is what is so beautiful about this business. I've made mistakes. We've learned, we grow, we keep moving. So that's why this next question, and I hate to go to my final, it makes me kind of sad. This is the last question, Michelle. We can still move. We can keep talking. But the last question I have for you today is, out of all the stuff we've done, we've talked about your why. We talked about how you got in this business. We talked about who got you in this business. We talked about the people who've mentored you through this business. We've talked about lessons learned. What has been your greatest reward up to this point?
Right. The first thing pops into my head is the friendships that I've made. The money's great when it's there, the business is great, but it's the friendships that I've developed. And
Amen.
And I think that's the best thing that I've gained out of this. I mean, when it's all over and I'm retired out, fingers crossed, in 10 years, trust me, I'm going to look back and know that these people that I've met, have really changed me in ways that were for the better, and I will value those friendships and hopefully still continue to be friends with a lot of the people that I work with on a client level and on a personal level. So I mean, when you sit here and you just let your mind answer the question for you and you get inspired by, the big man upstairs, it's like, boom, it's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the connections
Well,
I make. So that's been my greatest reward out of all of this. And that's what I'll continue to take with me. And I know all you people watching that, I'm going to see a digital dealer over in Vegas. I'm coming for you. So we're gonna make some friends.
Come on.
Watch
Hey,
out.
we may, I think that, it's coming around. We're talking about, we're a month away, about 4 weeks away from Digital Dealer right now, folks. Get ready for it. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful event. There's going to be a lot of amazing people. If you were at the first one, this one's going to be like twice as big.
Vegas, baby.
We are putting on a big show, but I think that I would love to get a CGC reunion like meeting there somehow. I might set up a dinner where I'm going to invite everybody who's been on the show, and I'm going to buy dinner for everyone. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'm gonna see something about that. Everyone who's going to be at Digital Dealer, if you're watching this right now and you've been on my show, look out. I think that, I know Lou's looking at me like, holy crap, dude, that's a lot of money. But hey, but it's okay, man. I want to invite everybody over. I want to have a big event. We'll figure something out. We'll do something together. I want to get it, whether it's going out to eat, whether it's going to have a few drinks, whether it's just us getting together in a big room, just talking and sharing. I think it would be a beautiful thing. We have such a, man, is that picture still available? There's this picture. This is from the very first season. Now, season 2 started on 1/20/22 or 21, so it's been almost a year. But this is if you look at this picture, this was season 1 of all the guests we had on the first season, all the way from January to January, right? And that was. It's beautiful. I'm just so excited. If you look at those faces, there's some powerful people in there. There's some people that just inspire, impact, and they make such differences in this business. That's the whole point. These are solutionaries. These are people that impact me. These are people that I'm still friends with, and these are people that I look forward to hanging out some more with. And you should see we've done more interviews this year than we did last year. Yep, we've really increased our stay. We've put more episodes. We used to just do like one person a week. Now we're doing 2, sometimes 3 people a week. We're bringing up this thing, and this women in automotive right now, because you women in automotive are leading the way right now. You guys are really showing people how to do it the right way, how to do it with empathy and love and compassion. And that's stuff that us men need to take notes from. And I'm so excited. That's why we're highlighting as many women as we can. Women like you, women that are just in all branches of this business. I don't care if you're a cleanup lady. I want you on the show. If you're somebody who turns wrenches on a vehicle, I want you on the show because you are in the car business. You are somebody that needs to be highlighted. You're somebody that is important because you're making a difference and you're showing other young women it's okay to be a car guy, car gal, doesn't matter. Come in, car, he, her, whatever you want to call it. It's whatever it is. We want you in this business because we need good people in this business. People like Michelle, people like Jackie, people like so many people that we've talked about, interviewed on the show, who haven't even been on the show, like a Timothy Wilson, who will be on my show. I promise you that. Timothy Wilson, as soon as you're done with 75 Hard, I'm having you on my show. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to have you and Eric, because you guys started the same day. I'm going to have him and Eric come on my show together, and we're going to talk about 75 Hard together. So anyway, that being said, and then Doug, if Doug's watching, Doug, we need to do a show together at the very end of this. Matter of fact, Sunday night on the 3rd, I'll be at Disney. I don't think I could do that. Never mind. Saturday night, I might make something special where I go live Saturday night on my very last night as I'm finishing my last gulp of water, writing down my last whatever. I might go ahead and go live and try to get Doug on the show with me. If you're watching, we're going to make that happen, brother. So anyway, back to our special guest, Michelle. Michelle, I appreciate you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing everything that you shared with us this morning. I know that you thought this was just going to be an interview that you just heard the vocals for.
That's right.
And look at her. She's
adapted
magic.
Like a
she did, and she looks all fly and fancy today. Hair looks great. You did a great job on the interview, Michelle. I don't know if you've done one of these before, but you're a natural. You need to do more of these. You need to talk about yourself. You need to bring your brand up. You need to keep going. What I did notice, and don't take this the wrong way because I love you, is that your social media doesn't talk about what you're doing current. It's time to get that caught up. It does not. And here's the thing. You bring value. People need to know what you do, how to get a hold of you, and what's the best way to do things business with you. And people want to do business with you because you're awesome. So go on there. I want you to do this for me today. We all have room for improvement, every single one of us.
Mhm.
Go on to LinkedIn today, and I want you to update your LinkedIn profile. I want you to
All
make
right,
it to
you
where
got
it's all about what you're doing currently, about you were featured on Car Guy Coffee, all these things that you could put on there. And if you have any questions on how to get that LinkedIn profile nicer, reach out to me or Lou.
Reach out.
We will help you
Oh,
out. I will
thank
make
you
sure that
so
your profile
much.
explodes, and I will share it with everyone. I care about you. I want you to grow. You deserve everything. You're an amazing woman. You're an amazing human being. We thank you so much for honoring us with this last hour of your time. I know how important time is, especially early in the morning. I love my morning times too. But having you here was a big deal to us. Having you here sharing your story was a big deal to our people, to our audience. So thank you for being here. Thanks for being the solutionary that you are, and thanks for leading with love like you always do.
Oh, thank
Michelle,
you
how
guys
do
so
people
much.
get a hold of you? What is the best way for them to reach out to you, especially after that update has been made to your LinkedIn and social media pages?
Well, I think my cell phone number is actually on my LinkedIn page.
Bam.
You are welcome to email me there. You can also email me at, I'll make sure all my emails are out there. I have a couple, and I'll
This
continue
is
to
her
have
LinkedIn
my,
page at the bottom, folks. If you see it there, that's how you get to her LinkedIn, which will be updated sooner and later, I promise. But
yes,
it's a great profile. It has everything, all the contact information you need to get a hold of her is right there. You can message her, you could reach out to her, but friend her. She's
text me.
awesome.
Mhm.
You guys
And
text, and texting is the best too, because we all get so many emails, but anybody is welcome. Reach out. I mean, even if it's not about business, if you just have a question or you watch the show and you just want a little bit more information, or how do I get started in this, or where do I go from here? I mean, I'm here and I am willing to share all of this. Now,
Amen.
truth be told, guys, I know we got to wrap it up, but I wasn't always like this. I did get stuck in my younger days of chasing that dollar and chasing after the business, and and I think it's just over time and experience and interact with people that you really learn what's valuable and what's honorable. So I just want to thank you guys so much for having me on. I love this. You can tell I love to talk. So any other time I'm here, but thank you guys so much. And if I can ever help you, I'm here to help. So please reach out.
There's no doubt that you would, and we appreciate that about you. And honor that about you. And we look forward to growing with you, seeing you here in a few weeks over at Digital Dealer. I'm sure we're going to have a great time. We'll see you around the booth. Make sure you guys come check out. You guys are going to have a booth too, right?
yeah,
We are going to have a huge booth in Vegas, but I am going to be at your booth.
That's right.
You guys are so much fun, and that's what I need. So.
Be ready for it, because we have a unique stage. We've done some cool stuff at the first Digital Dealer. We were unique. Everybody was like, "What's going on?" This stage, I'm not going to spill too many beans, but this next one that we're doing is going to be big, and it's going to be a big deal. We're going to have a great time. If you're not at our booth during Digital Dealer, you're missing out on
if you don't see
opportunity.
Our booth, you probably weren't there.
You're just staying out in one corner somewhere. And if you don't hear our booth, you definitely don't have your ears open, because we're going to be loud. We're going to have a lot of fun. So thank you so much for being here.
Excited.
We are too. Thank you so much.
Come visit us too. We're, like I said, we're gonna have a huge booth, couches. Come hang out. Come see us at the Ship Your Car Now booth, and I'm so excited. But I will definitely come find you guys.
We'll come check you out. We're excited. We'll have a good time, and by then I'll be done with 75, so I can have a drink of whatever I want. So I'm going to do that. So we'll have a great time. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning, folks. If you guys love this show and you love what she had to say, you can watch this on the replay, or you can go to our website, www.carguycoffee.com. That's the easiest way to find every single episode that we've done up to this point. Here's the website right there. It's very easy. You can find our swag there. You can actually go on there and check out our sponsor pages. You can check everything out that you can imagine. We even have a contact page. If you want to be a guest on this show, you have some value that you want to bring, you want to share your story, your product, whatever it is, reach out to us. We love talking to people. We love learning about new products, and we especially love talking to people. And we love you guys, and we appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much for your time. Folks, don't forget, forgive, focus, fly, keep growing. It's that time.
So excited that you all spent some time with us this morning, and for the incredible guest that has blessed us all. Make sure that you take what she has poured inside of your cup and you sip it on up. So much love for all of you out there. So much love for this industry, and so excited that we get to do today. And we are better because we were brewing solutions with the one, the only Michelle Hutchinson.
Woo!
So thankful for you. Have an incredible day, everybody. We love you all. Keep brewing solutions. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Get you some of that.
Let's
That's
brew,
right.
folks. Let's brew. Y'all have a great day, great week. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.